Hello friends, it is your friendly neighborhood Reza here from channel Reza Blade, and I have rushed home. I almost got here in time. I think I pressed the live button on 2:05, which I mean technically gives you guys a couple more minutes to keep your eyes out for me, right? Anyway, thank you for, well, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all the things. But if you are watching this live, thank you for allowing me to reschedule today's live. I had a doctor's appointment. Some of you know I'm disabled, and I've been trying to change my life for the better. It's been a really long time since I couldn't move when I woke up, and that's because I walk every single day. I've gotten up to 3 miles some days now after 6 months. And it took around the block, and it hurt so bad. And it's still moving through jello. That's kind of how I describe fibromyalgia to people who don't have it. Some days through jello, some days through plaster, but either way, we keep moving. Yes? Yes. So today we are opening, I don't know what day we're on, maybe 12, maybe 13. Why don't I open the Countdown to Halloween Advent box from Beautometry, and we will find out. So, I'm always excited to do these, because they are wrapped and they are fun, and this is just a really great adventure to go on with you all. So 15 is the lowest number I see now. I see 13. What is the lowest number I see? It looks like we are on day 13, everybody. That's exciting. And my witch finger nail stands. Tell me if you like them. It took me a while to get them painted right. But tell me what you think. Anyway, my witch finger nail stands will be joining us today. So let's see if I can sit down instead of standing up. Usually, because I'm very short, in order to see things through the viewfinder, I have to, I'm just going to file this edge off here. In order to see things through the viewfinder, I have to stand up during most of my videos. And I'm trying to sit down today because it's been a really hard day already so far. And my knees, which are my current primary complaint, are giving me trouble. All right. So whatever happens now, I think we're ready. All right. Day 13. Now this is shape and feel of a stamping plate. So try to be prepared for everything. I really like this bag. This is fun. Oh, ho, ho. We have Jurassic Park by MoYou London. This is a licensed plate series. These, the new ones, which are Looney Tunes, I think they went with the original manufacturer, so they're a little easier to stamp, like MoYou London plates usually are. These are a little more difficult, but I mean, I've got the knack, so I think I can ascend to the challenge today. We'll see. As you all well know, just in case you're new here, I keep my bloopers in. I am very imperfect, and I need you all to know that, because everybody makes mistakes, and mistakes are just opportunities for me to show you how I fix it. That is my humble opinion on the matter. All right, everybody, let's see what we got here. I really admire everybody who's able to keep the tape or the film on their plates. I just can't. Okay, so we've got some fun dinosaur bones looks here. Some dinosaur shapes. Ooh, dinosaur texture. That's very interesting. Really cool. I like how they have the glasses here. That must be a dinosaur fight. I almost said vampire fight, but not dinosaur fight. We are being hunted. All right. I really do like the vampire. I'm doing it again. Sorry. My brain is weird with the words. So I really like the dinosaur footprint here, and I think that's probably what I'll go with today. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do a gradient. This was just an idea I had on the way home. It has nothing to do with today's plates. I just kind of wanted to show everybody how Beautometry kind of changed the way I do my gradients. And let's see. First things first is I'm going to need my bag of sponges and the little holders. Hey Alexa, I'm so excited that you're here today to join me, because I'm going to think we're going into right this very second. All right, so Beautometry sells these little gradient, actually this isn't Beautometry, as you can tell because it's too narrow. Beautometry sells these little gradient sponges and the little holders that keep your hands okay, but I still do usually wear gloves when I'm doing a gradient just because they're so messy. Hey Maria, how you doing? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting to have you with us today. Oh, thank you so much, Lexa. So it makes this easier, and then I found some generic ones that I wouldn't actually recommend buying, so I'm not going to give you the link because 2 of my orders, they didn't ship at all. But anyway, when they're longer like this, I can go ahead and just use my fingers. But generally speaking, I really do love the gradient holders and the sponge holders for the gradients. It is very nice. So I'm going to shake everything here. I'm going to pre-loosen all my colors. And it just occurred to me, just found out this month, that this is now 5 years of me having a YouTube channel. So if you're new, there's a lot of backlog that you can watch. Just binge your little heart out. And you'll kind of see the journey that I took. Because I really wasn't that great when I started. I had an idea, and I really wanted to show people what I was doing and how much fun I was having. Because it was so much fun. I was facing a worsening health situation with the fibro, and things got really bad, and I was so sick all of the time. No details, but it was bad. And somehow nail art was just a sort of a break from all that. So if you see what I'm doing, you kind of have to lay down all the colors first and sort of wet the sponge, so to speak. Now, I don't physically wet the sponge because I find that I do not actually like the coverage when I wet the sponge. Even if I, squirt it all out and dry it out and whatever, that's not my technique. I do know whatever works for you, do that. But try this way if you're new, and we'll see if that works for you. I couldn't find a green that I wanted. This is a glow-in-the-dark green from Sally Hansen Instadry. I don't know if it has the coverage I'm kind of going to demand from this gradient. So we'll see. Okay, so see, I'm going up and down, but I'm also like minuscule scale going back and forth too. So that there's no definite line. On this sponge, there is a definite line between each color. This one, not so much. So I let this dry a little bit. That's another key. First layer, let it dry a bit. Second layer, let it dry a bit. Otherwise, you're going to end up pulling up color instead of putting it down, because the wet will attract the wet, and they'll just sort of merge on your sponge. And then you'll have a big old blank spot on your nail, and we don't want that, because gradients are such a pain in the butt. Anyway, if you're wondering about the words, Reza. Sorry, when I get tired, I really do have trouble with words. The terminology between ombre and gradient. Ombre is a gradient that is in the same color grouping, so like direct color through color. So when we're talking about like maybe violet, blurple to blue, that would be an ombre, because that is a very clear in the same color group terminology. But if we're doing maybe red, yellow, and blue, well, that's not a lies. That's not an ombre. That's a gradient. As long as you're doing this blendy thingy, it's a gradient. Gradient's just about blurring the edges of the colors. The ombre is about it being in the same color family. Like a transition on the color wheel, made naturally. That's the idea behind ombre. Oh, Gozer, you have joined us today. Tell everyone how you are. I took the best picture of him yesterday. He was spanking me with a flat paw every time I passed the love seat. Oh, he's literally sitting on my chair, everybody, so I can't sit down. Hey, bud, you missed me? Oh, no, he's gone. He noticed I wasn't paying attention to him. All right, I'm kind of maybe going to be done. Normally, I would firm this up a little bit, but I know he did. He totally did. Gozer joined the chat. Now, if you're not familiar with Ghostbusters, Gozer is named after Gozer the Gozerian, Gozer the Destructor, Gozer of the Marshmallow Man fame. That is the form that Ray inadvertently chose for him. But generally speaking, Gozer, the god, destroys civilizations. And I really do like giving my pets names from fictional works that I love. Or nerd fandoms, if that's the word you use. This top coat is Swift. It's a quick dry top coat by Nevermind. Really a big fan. When you're doing a gradient like this and you're working with so much color, when you put that top coat on, it not only will it'll help you kind of tie it all together. It helps finish up a gradient look, but also because you do tend to put so much color on the nail, definitely wipe this brush off before you put it back in, because you'd rather take the safe precaution instead of, well, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, I think is the saying, right? Rather take a second to prevent something going wrong with maybe sticking some red polish in your, nice new bottle of top coat. Done that before, not doing it again. All right, so here is my gradient, and it will dry quickly. What do I do with this nail? Maybe I will show you about this little plate here. So my idea was to do the footprints on the gradient nail. I think that would be a really fun look, whether you have short or long nails. The length just determines how many footprints you can put on your nail. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Hit the Bottle black polish. And it goes. Did you miss me? I know, it's so awful that I was gone. Now, I'll do the footprint on the gradient once that dries. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this little dragonfly. I hadn't seen him or her or them. Oh, look, I did not do that great of a job. Also, you have to really be quick on these license plates. No, these plates that are licensed. All right, where's my acetone? All right, we're going to clean this off, and we're going to try again. If you're wondering why I have a black glove on my right hand, that is the latex glove. Nitrile is what I wear on my other hand, because I'm a little bit sensitive to latex, but it's the only one that survives the acetone treatment. All right, so let me grab this dragonfly again just to see if it can be done. Ooh, look, we did it. We just need to speed things up to warp speed. That's all. When you're dealing with plates that are a little bit less deeply engraved, you're going to get a lot of that word salad from me right now. Sorry. It's funny. You can actually tell if I'm tired, because sometimes when I'm tired, the only words that come out are the $10 words. And people will be like, what are you even saying, Reza? And I'll be like, facilitate my exodus of this building. And they'll be like, what? I'll be like, where do I leave? Can I get out? Show me where. Oh, well, I just had to speak in English. All right. Where's my sticky base coat, everybody? Here it is. Clingy. And I don't know how many of these videos you have seen. I haven't uploaded them all yet. But sometimes I put too much sticky base coat on. And that's no good. I just did it again. I don't know if you can see the leg. You can see how much I put on. Because I'm a dork. Alright. I'm trying to gently blow on this so that I don't blow into the microphone. We're going to try it anyway, because I have no patience. Can you even see? Am I in the viewfinder yet? It probably bought me a little time trying to aim the shot. There we go. That's a pretty cool little stamp. And they have the mosquito on this plate too. There is a one I want to show you. I did an amber. I did what's it called, an amber? Dragonfly in amber, or mosquito in amber. Dragonfly in amber, I think, is a Diana Gabaldon book. Okay, nope. Hold on. It's all dusty because it's only been over there for 2 months. Okay, so I used one of the China Glaze Jurassic Park polishes. It's like the amber one. And I don't know if you can see this, but I used a clear swatch stick and I just took one of the mosquito stamps from a different plate. This one was from the dinosaur plate by Beautometry. And I stamped it on just the clear thing. And I love this look. It looks like the cane that Richard or David Attenborough, which one is in Jurassic Park? I think it's Richard. Anyway, Mr. Attenborough was in Jurassic Park, and it was on the end of his cane, a little dinosaur. Nope, not dinosaur. Mosquito in amber. At least I already warned you about the word problems. Nobody's going to be surprised when the wrong word pops out of my mouth. All right, now we're going to go ahead and try this with the footprint, but we're also going to make sure that we do this at light speed still. Swipe, roll, Scotch tape, deploy Scotch tape, and quick. Are we quick enough? Are we quick enough? Tell me, what do you think? Did we make it? We made it. John Hammond is the character. David Attenborough and Richard Attenborough, I think, are brothers. One of them narrates nature films, and one of them is an actor. And I don't know them. I don't know which one. I think, never mind. If I say I think, but John Hammond, you know, I cannot believe how many times I've seen that movie, Maria. I saw it in the theater when I was very young, and it scared me to death, but Dad worked for Silicon Graphics, and Silicon Graphics did the graphics, the CGI for Jurassic Park. And so we got to sit in a free SGI only in St. Louis, a free screening that they did just for the people who worked at the Silicon Graphics office in St. Louis. So that was really exciting. And I think I had a number of quotes memorized just on that first viewing. It scared me so badly. Well, we also grew up, I grew up Mormon, and we didn't really watch anything PG-13 or above. So I didn't really get the lesson in being able to handle scary things when I was young. I've started as an adult, speaking of Halloween now. Let's wrap it back in. Oh, thank you, Maria. So, speaking of Halloween, though, I don't know where I was going with that. I apologize. I was going to say something about scary. Oh, yes. I have worked on horror movies for myself. The Changeling was the first horror movie I saw. It's 1979, 1978. Anyway, it won a bunch of awards. George C. Scott. It's a really scary movie. I watch it every year on Halloween. But I've been trying to do, like, the classic ones. Like, isn't that neat? I know that it's not the best gradient in the world. I was just showing you how to do it. But I'm pretty excited about that. So, it turns out I did do a story time today. I had kind of intended to, and then I was racing home on the highway going, oh my gosh, what am I even going to talk about today? So, oh yes, last night, it was so scary. I saw it when I was 12, and it was a party. It was a group of girls, and it was an older woman, probably 25 or so, and we were all 12. And she got in so much trouble for showing us The Changeling because we were all so scared afterwards. But it is my favorite of all time. I also really love the Conjuring movies. The ghost story horror movies are my absolute favorite. I'm very afraid of watching the new Hill House series, though, from the last few years. I want to see it. The Shirley Jackson short story was made into a remake of a movie, you know, with Owen Wilson and Catherine Zeta-Jones and Lily, oh, what's her name? Anyway, she's one of my favorite people ever. But, yes, terrifying. They are all so terrifying. Anyway, but I really like that remake with, not Dennis Quaid. Help me out here. Rafe Fiennes? Liam Neeson. Definitely Liam Neeson. Anyway, I really like that Hill House movie. I think I might be done. Does anybody want to see anything else from the plate before, let me address the chat, since you have shown up. You get a say. Is there any image here you want to see before I head on out? Because otherwise, I will just leave you to the rest of your day and try to plan something even better for tomorrow so that I don't disappoint you. I hope today wasn't disappointing. If you're seeing this on YouTube, do please like or comment or both. And if you want to see the stuff I'm coming out with, that I still have been putting off this weekend, then make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that you'll get those notifications. And thank you so much for joining me today. It is so awesome to have people here and saying things in the chat. Okay, maybe tomorrow too. We'll see. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Lexa.